Hey guys, it's Katie from Mode Beauty Therapy, here to answer your questions on microblading. What is it? Why do I need it? Why is everybody talking about it? I will tell you and you will be hooked. So microblading is a form of permanent makeup using a manual tool versus your typical machine. From far away, it almost looks like an X-Acto knife with lots of, like a cluster of lots of tiny little blades. Hence the name, microblading. How about that? With this technique, we're able to draw hair-like strokes into the eyebrow versus doing the solid brow that they used to do way back in the day. And those tattoos typically tended to heal more ashy. With microblading, since it doesn't go very deep into the skin, it just goes into the dermal layer of the skin. So when it heals, you can see more of that true pigment, which is awesome. However, since it doesn't go as deep, it doesn't last as long as a typical tattoo. For me, I think this is great because you have the option to kind of change the look over time, change the color a little bit as well, so it makes things a little bit more flexible. So after you receive the first session of microblading, you are required to get a touch-up appointment about 4 to 6 weeks, up to 8 weeks after that session. It's also called a perfecting appointment, but I don't like to use that term because I don't feel like anything is perfect, but we can touch it up and make sure everything is as good as we want it to be. How about that? So with that appointment, we're able to go in there and fix any strokes that might have healed a little funky, if you had any scabbing, anything like that, or if you decide that you want to add maybe some more shading into them and go a little bit bolder with the look, or if you want to add, maybe a few strokes here and there, we're able to do that at that appointment. Some people will say that appointment is a choice for you to make, but it's actually required. And as far as touch-ups go after your first 2 appointments, if you hear anybody say, oh yeah, you can go, 3 years before you need a touch-up, I don't buy what they're selling unless you have the most amazing skin that's ever existed in the history of the world. And everybody's skin is different. So you're gonna need your yearly touch-ups more often if you have naturally oily skin, if you have larger pores, if your aftercare, if you got a little bit lazy on it, those things all take a huge effect into it. Somebody who's a fitness instructor and sweats more often than others will probably need touch-ups more often than somebody else. So some people may need a touch-up in 6 to 9 months. Some people can go 12 to 18 months. So I don't guarantee any certain length of time. It totally depends on your skin. So what does the typical microblading appointment look like? I schedule ourselves about 2.5 hours from start to finish, but don't worry, it doesn't hurt the whole time. I don't start hacking away at you, I'm kidding, not really, until probably about 45 minutes after you've arrived. The first part of the appointment is just getting to know you, your style. We'll do a thorough consultation, have you fill out all of the proper paperwork. You'll read over aftercare, make sure that you understand everything, and give you the option to ask, a lot of questions. Feel free to ask as many questions as you'd like. And then we'll do a pre-drawing of what your perfect brows are. So we take into consideration your brow symmetry, facial features. I follow the golden ratio, if that means anything to anybody. And I use different methods to measure out where your perfect brow is going to be. I will also have you double check the drawing, the outline that I've done, and we'll also look at the pigment and you will okay that. So you will know exactly where I'm going to microblade before I do anything, so there's no surprises. I will also give you a handheld mirror that you can hold up and check as often as you would like throughout the procedure, so again, there's no surprises. Plus, if you're in a little bit of pain, it gives you, you can kind of see the progress and know that we're getting somewhere with it. As far as pain, does it hurt? On a 1 to 10, I hear more of 1 to 4s on a pain level, 10 being the most painful. And I feel like the people who say it's a 4 are younger girls and they haven't bared a child yet. They don't know what that feels like. So I've even had people fall asleep on my table. So, it totally depends. I also use a topical numbing cream to help make the pain a little more tolerable. It's honestly not that bad. It feels like just little tiny scratches in the brow. It's simple. If you can get a brow wax, you can get microblading. It's super easy. So if you have any questions on this topic, please feel free to shoot me a message, Facebook, Instagram, email, text me, whatever you have, I'm here to help. Have a good day.